please. Big warm Houston, Texas round of applause. Make some noise for 10 years.
Oh, thank you.
All right, you guys have been out on your last record for 21 months, you're telling me?
21 months. Oh, my God.
And tonight is the last night that you're going to be out on the road behind said album?
Yes.
Unless you're coming to South America with us, yes.
All right, so you heard it here.
You guys
Last
gonna come
North
to South
American
America?
show for a little while.
We thought we would go out with a bang.
So they will be going out with a bang tonight. You don't want to miss their show. They're going to be headlining the second stage. Please don't miss it. All right, so we've spoken to several bands up here today, and it's always interesting to me to talk to a band like, say, Sleeper Agent, who are doing this stuff for their first time. Their single just came out. They're just getting a taste of coming to places like this and doing things like these. And then also talk to Switchfoot, who are on album number 8. You guys are that good middle ground, but I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked them. At what point did it occur to you when you were doing whatever it is you were doing before and 10 years was starting to take off and you went, oh my God, I wanted this to be it. I dreamed of this being it. But it looks like this is going to be it. This is going to be my job, at least for the next 10 years or whatever. That, you know, at what point did you have that realization that, like, I'm a fully fledged professional musician now?
I don't know.
I would say when I actually was able to put my signature on a contract that said that's my job, and I could tell my other job to piss off.
And I always think it's interesting as well because, you know, you see bands play, you listen to the records, and like everybody had something that they did before this, or at least 9 times out of 10 they did. Which job did you tell to get bent when you did that?
I used to work at P.F. Chang's. I can make the sauce and everything. Really good at it.
I used to be a sandwich artist at Subway.
You were a sandwich artist at Subway?
Yeah.
And then he's a hell of a carpenter, too. I don't know if you know that.
I build things, I guess.
He builds incredible things. He built our first van.
Yeah, out of wood.
Yeah, we had a wooden van. It was an old wooden ship.
Old Faithful.
I think one of the most interesting things about you is, like, as far as if I go down the list of bands that I play on the Buzz, you guys definitely fall into that category. And I was talking to you about this earlier, where far and away one of the most cerebral bands, you know, that we play, where it's just like you really delve into lyrics and things mean something, and it's just like musically, you know, you're no slouches musically, and it comes across, and you like seem very sort of like serious and focused on the storytelling of your but backstage you guys have some weird ass Urban Dictionary thing that I can't talk about on the air. Every single time you roll through, you are the most happy jokesters that I've ever freaking come across. It's like a 100% humongous contrast between what goes on your albums and on stage and what goes on when you guys are just hanging out.
I can guarantee we're the most non-serious, drunkest people in this entire place right now. We have a little something going on the bus right now. It's called bus terrorism, and my name's Lewis. We call it Lou Cada. So we'd take a bag of chips and put a bunch of crap or trash in it and roll it back up, and I've got tons of hot sauce. So I hot sauce everybody's beers, which we got one of our crew guys last night.
Yeah.
And
he can't feel his face now.
Yeah, his face is still numb to this day. To this day, he has no face.
Oh, well, there you go.
His face fell off of his body.
But ladies and gentlemen, a new form of backstage terrorism, Lou Cada. Terrorism, Lou Cada.
Oh, my God.
So, I hate to be that guy who goes, oh, any wacky stories from the road, but I have to figure that this being the last night of your North American tour behind this album, do you have anything special planned?
I'm going to set this entire place on fire.
But we're legal because we have a fire extinguisher. We can set
We have
things
one
on
fire extinguisher.
And so, like, you're finishing up here tonight. Your very last show in America behind the record is right here in Houston, Texas for Buzzfest, which I know is one of your favorite places to play, you're telling me.
Always.
This really is. I mean, this is no bull. I can't really say that, can I? The other thing.
No.
Yeah. This really is our favorite place to play. This is the best city for us. I mean, personally, because, you know, we're headlining this other stage, and this is probably the best response that we get from any crowd outside of our hometown.
Right.
So that's why we're ending here. So might as well end out with a bang.
There are certain bands like you guys spring to mind and Evans Blue spring to mind that You know when certain bands go on stage and they're like, oh, it's so great to be back here and they look down at their set list, they're like, Houston. But you can like...
We know it's Houston.
Whether we've seen you here at Buzzfest or whether we've seen you at Scout Bar, there's something about seeing you guys play live where it's very special because it's more than just a bunch of badass musicians playing on stage. You guys have a very special relationship with your audience, and that comes across when you're playing live. They hang on every word. And it's... Go ahead.
I love you.
Houston is definitely our second home by far.
Yeah, and so I mean, like, and I do notice it. Like, you guys have a different relationship with your audience. You know, like other frontmen are like, you know, they're forced to be like game show hosts to get the crowd on their side, and that's not the case with you guys. You guys are a little bit more laid back in terms of like you allow them to. It's like a big shared event when you guys play with your audience. What is it? What do you suppose? Because I'm sure every single band would love to have that, but not many do. Why do you think that is?
I guess I just feed off of just energy, you know? So if we give out, if we exert energy to the crowd and get into the crowd, they give back, and it's a give and take, and I think that's what makes the shows so great here in particular, is because the crowds definitely give back.
Yeah, they really don't care right here, do they?
Well,
they look like they don't care.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you're going to be giving back when they headline their second stage later on tonight. The very last show of their North American tour. Ladies and gentlemen, big warm round of applause. Make some noise for 10 years.
He showed his nipple.
I was hoping for nipple. I didn't think it would be yours, dude.
You missed it? I'll show it again.
No, I saw. I'm going to go squeegee that out of my mind. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, 10 years.
Thanks.